Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blood in the land. Welcome back, Legends community. It's Matic 365, or you can call me Matic. The choice is yours. Today, I'm back with a new video. Tonight's new video is actually on something that, honestly, when I think about it now, it is one of my favorite series that came out till this day, and it's no other than the Dragon Ball franchise. It's been around for 40 years. Woo! That is a long time to be around for an actual franchise, to be honest with you guys. And it seems like a lot of fans are confused about something. All right? Confused about the last series by the late great Akira Toriyama, and it's no other than Dragon Ball Daima and the direction that they went in for that actual anime franchise. Because you have to remember, Dragon Ball Daima was actually the final original story to the Dragon Ball franchise, and that was the last thing we got from Akira. Man, unbelievable, right? So today's video is going to answer pretty much why fans are confused about Dragon Ball Daima. All right, so let's get right into this. So when does Dragon Ball Daima take place in the Dragon Ball universe? Because there have been theories where they're saying it's in an alternate timeline where Goku and the Z Fighters and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I do not believe that. So apparently, it's like I said when I watched the actual anime Dragon Ball Daima, it takes place because it is actually the unofficial sequel, all right, to Majin Buu Saga. And when I think about it, it makes a lot of sense, right? But also, the other thing is, it also takes place right along with another franchise connected to Dragon Ball, right? And it's Dragon Ball Super. So in between Dragon Ball Z and also Dragon Ball Super. Wow, I was not expecting Super. I was thinking like it was just a direct sequel to Dragon Ball Z when it came to the Majin Buu Saga, because we saw Supreme Kai again. We saw the creator of the Dragon Balls in there. You know what I'm saying? We seen Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3. I was just thinking like, yo, this is probably why it's connected to Z and doesn't have any attachments to Super, right? That was just my honest take. And I say, you know what? But then again, I guess it makes sense. I just wish that Akira Toriyama, during this time, would have did Dragon Ball Daima first, then Dragon Ball Super, so it wouldn't have confused a lot of fans when it comes down to it. Now, another thing that people are confused about with Dragon Ball Daima, and I can honestly fully agree with this. Dragon Ball Daima felt incomplete. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I mean by the ending. The way it ended, it did not really set up what is going to be next for the story when it comes to the Dragon Ball franchise. And that is it's a little weird. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. And the thing is, fans are worried on where they're gonna go, because you have to remember, Toei Animation, the studio behind Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and even GT, have already confirmed that the manga artist that's working on Dragon Ball Super's mangas will be working on another Dragon Ball series in the future. So, man, I don't know, man. I feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Akira's not here to oversee what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, I got to get used to this new person. Well, he's not completely new, all right? I'm going to be real. He's not. When it comes to, like, can he make a story where it's compelling enough for me as a Dragon Ball fan, Dragon Ball Z fan, and stuff like that? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Toei's doing a cash grab? Maybe. Maybe. They might be. They might be. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Toei might be trying to eat again. Toei may try to eat again. Because Dragon Ball Daima was a top series, you know what I'm saying, when it came down to it. So I'm definitely on the side of the fans when it comes to that. I'm like, I don't know where they could go with this story. You know what I'm saying? Like, Are they gonna do another unexplored arc, maybe with Akira's original ideas that we don't know about, that hasn't been explored? There's possibilities, right? Am I right or wrong, right? And that is something you have to consider. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's some stuff that he may have left behind for the actual person to take over his franchise, and that could work. You know what I'm saying? They may have to add a little bit more to it, you know what I'm saying, and flesh it out into like a story. You know, and I think for me, I can see why fans were confused about Dragon Ball Daima. Like I said, it wasn't in chronological order like it should have been. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, the settings where it takes place in between two arcs was confusing, you know what I'm saying, of two different Dragon Ball franchises. But honestly, I don't know, man. I think about it now, I say, man, this is interesting. The more you learn about your favorite anime, right? Sometimes I be like, man, I find out some fascinating, interesting stuff. Like, I didn't even know pretty much that this was a direct sequel to the Z. So that's why I feel like Z, they should have put Daima right after Z then. You know what I'm saying? But it is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, do you agree or disagree that Dragon Ball Daima should have came out before Dragon Ball Super? And my next question for you guys is, how do you feel about Toei Animation wanting to do another Dragon Ball series in the future? It is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also sharing the video so I can get out in the YouTube algorithm, guys. And I am out, legends.